sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Welcome back, my enlightened ones. Welcome back to the channel. How is everybody tonight? I'm so happy to have you guys here with me tonight. It's going to be another crazy night. Let me jump over to comments real quick. Everybody can hear me okay? Music okay? Can you just give me a thumbs up? Let me know everything's cool. So who we got in here? We got Adam, we got Vincent, and Shane, and Sarah's in here somewhere. And Natalie. Hello, Natalie. And Penny, I believe, is in here. I believe Julie's going to be stopping in. Oh, the Court of Madness. Hello, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I am Kat for Wins. Thanks for stumbling by. And we're going to be talking about Hecate tonight. So anyway, so this is going to be an interesting night. I just want to keep going up. Izzy, hi, welcome, Izzy. And of course, Shane, as I said. Michael, my friend, haha, good, because there's a couple things that's going to be involving you in this tonight too, and so that's pretty exciting. So anyway, well, thank you all for being here tonight. In case you can figure out what's going on my forehead, so this is the goddess symbol. Which is the full moon and a waning and a waxing moon together creates the goddess symbol. If it was the horned god, it would be this way, and it would be a circle with just the... Anyway, so that's the goddess symbol. The pentagram in the middle does stand for earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. There's nothing satanic about it, okay? So these are all the elements, okay, that come together that make us who we are. Okay, I'm bumping my table now. So, anyway... So this is going to be a cramped filled night because I do have the spirit portal behind me. We're going to see if we can actually invoke in Hecate into my room, okay, and see if she'll actually commune with us because we've had some luck with that, I guess, with some of the Titans. So that's going to be pretty crazy there. Also, too, I do have an automatic writing. I actually just did less than a week ago with her. So this is a brand spanky new one. And it mentions my friend Mike here that's in chat. So that's why I said he's going to be kind of a little involved in this here later. So how is everybody tonight? Hi. Crazy, right? All right. So on my sweatshirt, as you can see, it was the phases of the moon. That's what's going on here. I got the waxing and the waning going on here, as well as on my sleeves. I got the waxing moon and the waning moon going down. So anyway, so Hecate, who is she? Everybody, who is she? So Hecate, this is Hecate. Hecate is a Greek goddess. All right. She is a goddess in ancient Greek religion and mythology, most often shown holding a pair of torches, a key, snakes, or accompanied by dogs. They're usually female dogs, except for the case of Cerberus, and we'll talk about him in a moment. And in the later periods, depicted as a three-formed or triple-bodied. She is variously associated with the crossroads, which are entranceways, night, light, magic, witchcraft, the moon, knowledge of herbs, especially the poisonous ones, plants, graves, ghosts, necromancy, and sorcery. She sounds pretty creepy. Believe it or not, she was once a real human being. Hecate was, as like all the Titans were, actually, were all human once upon a time, except for the original Titans that started out from chaos. But they did have human bodies, and they did go through human experiences as we do. So anyway, so the Vatican actually has a statue of Hecate at the Vatican. Yes, and I have a picture of that too. So this is a real being that we are talking about here today. She sounds scary, she sounds creepy, and she can be, because remember I was talking to you guys about let's picture a cross, shall we? A cross, just an equal arm cross, okay? Now, remember, you have your satanic magic, which is your black magic, okay? And then you have your white magic, which is your good magic, okay? But there's stuff that's intermediate as well. So your white magic would be at the top here, and your black magic, which is your satanic magic, is down at the bottom. Now, going straight across, you have light magic and dark magic, okay? Dark magic is not satanic. It's things that I only can do at nighttime. Okay, calling on Hecate. I've actually called on her once during the day, and she actually gave me a gift, so that was pretty crazy. I'll tell you what she did to me. I went out, when I say she's keeper of the crossroads, I don't mean crossroads as in it's a cross. I mean it's a Y, okay? She looks in 3 different directions. She doesn't look in 4 different directions, so 3 different directions. So anyway, so when I talk about Hecate, in the crossroads, it's 3 roads coming together. All right, that pinnacle point where they come together. Okay. So anyway, I left an offering in my driveway for her. I have my driveway goes up and then it splits off, and I left an offering right there in the middle for her, some flowers and some herbs and some belladonna, which is deadly nightshade. It grows plentiful all around my property. She likes poisonous plants. So anyway, I left that there for her, and then I heard in my head, go to the stump. We actually cut down a tree a long time ago, and it had this stump that was sticking out of the ground, but it was a good sized stump. I could stand on it. And I heard in my head, go to the stump and jump. So here, this crazy lady, listening to the voices in my head, I go up to this stump and I jumped once. When I jumped, a huge snake, and this is one of her familiars, by the way, came out from underneath that stump, and I heard in my head, follow the snake. So I followed the snake, and when I got to where the snake started to go off into the long grass and disappear, I heard there's a gift. So this is kind of crazy. This lovely thing, and this wasn't from the snake itself. This is a real snake skin. Let's see here if I can get it to focus. There we go. I don't know. So this is a real snake skin here, but look how hard it is. I can't even bend it. I mean, that's pretty hard. So anyway, my automatic writing has to do about this snake skin, so that's kind of interesting. I do have other offerings here, garlic, and we'll go over some of that stuff later on here in the class, so I don't want to bore you quite that way. I'm going to jump back over to comments in case anybody else has jumped in. So, Shane and Natalie, Court of the Madness. Geez, so glad you stumbled across us and you're accompanying us here tonight. We get a little goofy, we get a little creepy. We're going to be doing the spirit box here in a few. And some tarot cards, I believe. Adam, Jasmine made it. There's my other mod. I just want to make sure that Jasmine was in here. So, okay, going back to my banners. Okay, so Hecate, the Greek goddess of boundaries, witchcraft, and crossroads, Hecate was often depicted in triple form. She continues to be an important figure in neo-paganism. Her symbols include paired torches, dogs, serpents, keys, daggers, Hecate's wheels, polecat, and red mullet. And I will explain what red mullet is in just a moment. I have a polecat. This is another story, a Hecate story I have. I lost a pet. I actually had a parakeet, and I had it less than probably a month or so. It'd get under my blanket every morning, come up and cuddle with me, and I removed a negative spirit from somebody. This was back when I was first really getting into removing negative things from people, and I covered it, my bird, that night, and it was at midnight, and I woke up the next morning, and my bird was dead in the cage. And I heard laughter in my head and say, "Take that, you witch," with the B. So that's what I heard, because I removed this thing from her and it was hanging out in the house. This is how I learned, through mistakes. So I went out to the pet store with every intention of buying another bird. And I said, "Hecate, I want to buy an animal that's associated with you." And I walked into the store, and lo and behold, they had a thing full of ferrets. My daughter Hannah was with me. She said, "Mom, get a ferret, get a ferret, get a ferret." And I'm looking at these things and these sharp teeth, and I'm thinking, oh, shit. But I did. I went home with a ferret that day, and come to find out, a polecat a ferret a polecat is another word for ferret. So that I thought was quite interesting. So that's how I got my ferret Loki. I could bring him in, but Shane's not here, so I can't have Shane retrieve for me. So, all right. So let me continue on here because I'm just rambling on. Her earliest appearance in literature, Hecate, was in Hesiod's Theology. Remember, this is the person that studies poetry and the history of the Greeks and so forth and so on. That's who Hesiod is. In the 8th century BCE, as the good goddess of great honor with domains in the sky, earth, and sea, her place of origin is debated by scholars, but she had popular followings amongst the witches in Thessaly and an important sanctuary among the Carian Greeks in Asia Minor in Legina. Her oldest known reputation was found in they throw these words at me. Selenuti was a rich and extensive ancient Greek city on the southwestern coast of Sicily in Italy. Okay, let's see here. This is Hecate here. Hecate is associated with the color black, red, white, blue, yellow, silver, gold. Her numbers are 3, 7, and 13. The month is November. Pearl are her gemstones, sapphire, ruby, obsidian. I just had something behind me. Jasper moonstone, dark moon, is usually associated to her, but she is all the phases of the moon, so you can't go wrong there. Keeper of the crossroads, keys, wheels, torches, and fire. As I said, that sacred fire is following us everywhere. So Hecate was one of the several deities worshipped in ancient Athens as a protector of the household, which is oikos, is the name for household, alongside Zeus, Hestia, Hermes, and Apollo. In the post-Christian writings, in the century, 2nd and 3rd century, she was also regarded with some rulership over the earth, sea, as well as the sky. As we know, Zeus is in charge of the sky, and Hades is in charge of the underworld, and I'm lacking my mind. I got so much in my head right now. Okay, so anyway, so as we know, Zeus is keeper of the sky. Okay, as well as more universal role as savior, mother of angels. Did I not know this? In the cosmic world of soul, regarding the nature of her occult, it has been remarked she is more at home on the fringes than in the center of Greek polytheism. All right, so the Romans, it's funny, they gave her, she has several different names. In fact, the automatic writing I did with her, she wanted to sign it Hekatos instead of Hecate. So I thought that was kind of different, but that is the masculine form of her. So apparently I was talking to the masculine form of her at the end of the automatic writing, which I thought was interesting. It went from female and then shifted over to male. So I thought that was quite interesting. The Romans knew her by the epithet, which means another name, occurring to the place or name, her name, Trivia. She shares with Diana and Artemis, which are your other moon goddesses, each in their roles as protector of travel and crossroad. Trivia means 3 ways, and she faces what? 3 ways, so that just totally makes sense to me. Okay, this is called the Hecate wheel here. This is a labyrinth-like symbol, okay? Remember I mentioned to you guys about the black sun, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. But in the middle of that kind of looks like a sun. I know that the outer edges are snakes, but Hecate's wheel is a labyrinth-like symbol. It has origins in Greek legend, where Hecate was known as the guardian of the crossroads before she evolved into the goddess of magic and sorcery. Hecate's wheel is a symbol used by some traditions of Wicca. It seems to be most popular among feminist traditions and represents the 3 aspects of the goddess: maiden, mother, and crone. So that's quite interesting. I wanted to tell you guys too, I moved my fairy house over here now, so that way it bothers my back to kind of sit cockeyed, so I'm more erect. That's not right. Okay, so pay attention to over there because they were fluttering and flying about here. Can you guys come and say hi? Come say hi to the enlightened people here. Give them a moment and they'll chug on by. It's like a blue orb. I do have dust every now and then. I will not say that the dust is them, but usually they're pretty. When I ask them to do things or come by the camera, they usually do. But it's like a light, tiny orb that you're kind of looking for. So anyway, so Hecate, some of the symbols of Hecate. The triple moon, the triplicity, as I have on my head here, as you can see here. Torch is for guidance. The labyrinth serpent, stands for birth, death, and rebirth. As I said, the snakes. The dog's companion, now that is Cerberus right there, but she usually does have female dogs associated with her, but I will explain the importance of Cerberus with her. Key to the underworld, and the athame, a ritual power, which I do have my athame over here on the offering tray for her. I'm trying to keep it by the spirit box because I want to kind of get her to come in over here. I'm going to be invoking her at the end of the class to get her to come in. Evoke means to bring by my side. Invoke means to ask her to actually step inside my physical body. I'm giving her permission to do that. So anyway, so we will be doing that later. So hopefully I can get more great stuff off the box here as we continue on our way. All right, I'm going to jump back over to chat because I'm just rambling on. Did the voice sound like your inner voice? It's different. It's funny. It's almost like my own voice coming at me, hun. It's just what it sounds like, except I can have a full-blown conversation with it, and I'm not talking to myself. At times, I feel an energy that comes in with it, though, and I can picture what's actually physically communicating with me. So it's kind of weird, but it is my own voice, just a little bit deeper coming in. So if you say hello in your head, hello, that's the voice that I hear coming back at me, is basically the voice that's inside of my head. But it's not me talking to me. It's crazy. It's clairaudience. It's just how it works for me. It may be different for other people that are clairaudient. This is just my way. When I share stuff with you guys on my channel, please know it's not my way or the highway. I'm just sharing some ideas with you, and I'm trying to expand your consciousness a little bit more into believing into just a little bit more, because the more you believe, the more the light comes in and the more you sparkle. So anyway, again, this is how I feel things. Other people that I've spoken to, they're clairaudient, they get more symbols, but they're kind of hearing the symbols, and that's kind of complicated to explain that as well. And sometimes I do get that too as well, so that's kind of odd. All right, so hi Julie, you made it. Diana. Well, welcome, Diana. Astrology means you can't change the just mean faith. Okay. So welcome everybody. Glad for coming. If you can like and just let me know that you like the video and stuff when we're done, so I can get my content out there. That's all I'm trying to do. All right, so whether or not Hecate's worship originated in Greece, some scholars have suggested that the name derives from the Greek root in several potential source words that have been identified. For example, and there's no way to actually pronounce this word here, people. I don't know if you can see it here. E-K. That right there. Okay. So it's EKWV, which means willing. Thus, she works with her will or similar, maybe related to the name Hecate. I got a really cold sensation going on over here. Wow. There's something really cold by my legs and my hips. That's weird. I mean, it's like instantaneous. It just that quick. That was crazy. All right. So anyway, let's see here. However, no sources suggest list or will or willingness as a major attribute to Hecate, which makes this possibility unlikely. Did something just go by? I just thought I, out of the corner of my eye, saw something. Alrighty. Unlikely. Another Greek word suggested as the origin of the neck of Hecate is the Ekatos. Hekatos. And remember, I said I got that the other day, Hecate. He wanted to sign my automatic writing, Hecate. An obscure athlete, which is another name of Apollo, which is interpreted as the far-reaching one. Now, remember, I said that Hecate's name means far. Where you going? See you later. All right, or far darter. This has been suggested in comparison to the attributes of goddess Artemis. That's the archer, that's constellation that you see up in there. Artemis is Apollo's sister. They're twins. Okay. Strongly associated with Apollo and frequently equated with Hecate in the classical world. Supporters of this etymology suggest that Hecate was originally considered an aspect of Artemis. And again, remember I said there's all these beings have a male, a masculine and a feminine side to them, okay? This is the first time I've actually spoken to Hecate and had her come through as a male. I've never had that before. It's all what your spiritual need is what it all comes down to. I have talking with God, and I've heard God in female form because I needed nurturing and I needed healing, and that's what came through for me. And I've talked to God in other times when it came through as a man, and it was that father figure that I needed to be. These beings, and same with the Holy Fire Reiki when I start teaching that to you guys, and that where the source and where all this power is coming from is from these beings, and they're both masculine and feminine. You know, the soul is neither male nor female. We forget this. It's the physical vessel that we're in that's got the attributes. Okay. All right. So let's move on to this one. Hecate, Greek mythology, signs, symbols, key, rope, dagger, torches, dogs, dark moon, wheel, crossroads. Her other name, three-formed, protector, that's her names of witches, keeper of the keys, mistress of the night, goddess of the crossroads. Offerings, almonds, she likes garlic, incense. I actually have incense burning over here, so if you see like smoke or something filtering up in there in the back, that's what's going on. I'm burning dragon's blood right now. Actually, it's my favorite incense. Wine, grapes, cakes, fruits, and flowers. Interesting. I can feel something behind me. It's when I start. I'm feeling it. Yeah. I'm feeling something very strong around me right now. Can you show yourself? Can you say hello? All right, I'm going to continue on then. All right, Artemis would have at the point become more strongly associated with purity and maidenhood on the one hand, while her originally darker attributes, like her associated with magic, the souls of the dead. Anytime you're talking, using a Ouija board, that's a form of necromancy, in case you don't know what necromancy is. Necromancy is having anything to do with the dead. When you're trying to commune with them, necromancy is when you're trying to raise the dead. That's another form of necromancy. Anything to have to do with the dead. It's so funny because I just got my flash of my grandmother going by, go by the cemetery. How many people are dead in there? All of them. The funny thing is when I be loud, you're loud enough to wake the dead. So anyway, sorry, my grandma's gone. It's just a flash in my head. All right, so Artemis, though often considered the most likely Greek origin of the name Hekatos, theory doesn't. It's funny because some people call her Hecate. It's like tomato. Okay, Hecate. It's 3 syllables, but originally, I think it was in English form. It was actually 2 syllables once upon a time. So I don't believe this. Like I said, don't get caught up in the names. They know who they are. You're just going to have that intent in your head of who you're calling in and who you're allowing to come into your space, and you're good. So, again, don't get caught up in the names. Their names change over time. Like I said, with Helios, which is the consciousness of the sun that we've talked about, he's going to transform now. We're going to be going over the Egyptian stuff here soon. And guess what? He's going to be Ra over there. Okay? It's kind of the same being, and it's same. When you get into religions and you get into all these cultures and so forth, they all have names for jinn. That's a demon. That's an Arabic demon, okay? Jinn. Oh, what's a jinn? It's a jinn. I'm not going to fight and say, hey, it's a demon. It's a jinn. It's a malevolent spirit. Can we agree on that? You know, names, again, I don't get caught up into the name thing. It's just, I got better things to do. Okay, so the Egyptian origin of Hecate, get this, a strongly possibly foreign origin of the name may be Hecate, the frog-headed Egyptian goddess of fertility and childbirth, who, like Hecate, was also associated with the ruler. The word Heka in the Egyptian language was also was the word for magic. And the name of the god magic and medicine was Heka. Now, if you look at my Hecate statue here, okay, if you notice, she's got the RX symbol right here. Do you see that? She was actually taught pharmaceuticals and how to work with herbs and medicine. So you don't want to piss her off because she knows how to poison you. So it's kind of funny too, because like, she knows a lot of roots. In fact, I did a painting over there. It's on my door, but I'm not going to bore you guys with it. Of her, and she's actually doing something. Look. There it is. It started over here and went behind, and it came around, and it just came around. Oh, look. So anyway, that's interesting. All right. So I lost my train of thought. So yes, she's known with roots and stuff, and it's kind of funny because the potato plant, you can eat the potatoes, but the plant itself is poisonous. But the tomato plant, you can eat the tomatoes, but you can't eat the plant. So it's kind of, yeah. Anyway, so it's just kind of strange how some parts of a plant are poisonous and then other parts are edible and that you can go ahead and eat. So I'm kind of all over the place tonight in my head, guys. Forgive me. Oh, sorry. All right. So the Egyptian word, so she actually comes off as the frog-headed Egyptian goddess. Yes. Which Heka, which means magic. Hecate possibly originated among the Carians of the Anatolia, the region where most names invoking Hecate, such as Hecateus or Hecatomonus, the father of Hoscelas, are attested in where Hecate remained the great goddess into historical times at her unrivaled cult site in Legina. So again, this is all in Greece. I'm not going to bore you with any more on that. So basically, Hecate is also known as the threefold goddess, okay, the maiden, mother, and crone, which are the three stages of the moon. And if you look here, it's basically the three stages of the moon, okay? We're waxing, we're full, and then we're waning, okay? The waxing would be the maiden stage where she's still a virgin. She can bear children, but she's getting to that fertile age. And then, of course, you have the mother in the middle, which her belly also represents the womb of life. Because if you think about it, female, that's a portal in there. You're bringing a being from another dimension into this one. So that's a portal there you're looking at. So that's known as the womb of life right there. That's the full moon of the moon. And then you have the crone. That would be me. I'm at the crone stage, the wise one. I'm very mouthy. So anyway, so she represents magic. She represents more of the dark time, or the no moon. When we talk about a new moon, you look up, there actually isn't a moon up there when the new moon first starts. There's no moon. Okay, so that would represent the crone aspect of the stages of the moon there. Okay. So the maiden, represented by the new waxing moon, the maiden embodies purity, youth, creation, pleasure, naivety, and new beginnings. There we go. The maiden invites you to explore your spirituality, creativity, and desires. The mother stage represents the full moon. The mother embodies love, fertility, nourishment, responsibility, patience, power, and self-care. The mother invites you to master giving and receiving love. Then the crone stage represents by the fading, waning moon. The crone embodies fulfillment, endings, wisdom, death, culmination. The crone invites you to accept that without death, there is no rebirth. That's why the snake is one of her familiars that represents her, is because the snake itself stands for birth, death, and rebirth. And if you look here on the statue, she's actually wrapped in a snake. The snake goes all around her here. So anyway, that's my Hecate. All right, so I don't want to get into the spellings of her name. I don't want to bore you with it. I have so much I got to do in this class tonight. That's just crazy. I want to mention Cerberus, because the reason why I want to mention Cerberus, find my paper on him. I had it here, is because Cerberus. There we go. Is because I told you guys I do work with Hecate in dream state. I'm what's known as a dream walker. I'm a shaman. That's 4 winds. I'm a shaman. I work with her. I've asked her to work. I'm a light worker. Why do you want to work with something that works in the darkness and goes down to Hades? And why would? Because I get rid of negative things, and I need to learn how to deal with demons. I need to learn how to deal with, these creepy crawly thingies, because they're hurting people and they're taking people's lives and making them go to poopy in the pan, So I try to give them back their lives, and to work the light, to be a light worker, you have to know how to manipulate, transform, be the alchemist, change negative to positive. I have crossed demons. I have crossed negative things over back to source. Okay, I have done that. And they all become bigger and brighter and part of our light family. So the more you cross, the better off we are. So I'm mentioning Cerberus because my very vivid dreams, I have met him. Yes, I have met him. And the crazy part is that I'm going to show him in a couple pictures here. He doesn't look so big. He looks like a big Rottweiler with 3 heads and snake tails and snake manes. But anyway, when I actually was standing next to him, his back was like to my armpit. His head was like towering over me. His heads, I should say. I don't remember the snakes. I have to say that. I don't remember the snakes on the mane. Maybe they perk up when he's pissed off. I don't know. But I was petting him, and I don't remember the snakes standing up. I remember the tails. He had like 3 tails, and each one has a snake head on it. That was kind of weird. So anyway, I'm going to I'm going to show you a picture. Here he is, here. There he is, little beautiful dude. In Greek mythology, Cerberus, often referred to as the Hounds of Hades, is a multi-headed dog that guards the gates of the underworld to prevent the dead from leaving. He was offering of the monsters. Oh, okay. So these were his parents here. The Echidna and the Typhon were his parents, and was usually described as having 3 heads. Let's see here. And snakes for tails. Multiple parts of his body were snakes, primarily known for this capture by Hercules, the last of Hercules' 12 labors. So you've heard of the 12 labors of Hercules. This was the last one he had to accomplish. He went down to Hades. Keep in mind, Hades would be his uncle, because Zeus is Hercules' father. Okay. He went down there and was told that he was upset because Prometheus. Anyway, Hades stole his sister. I'll get into the story in a minute, but anyway, I'm just kind of all over the place saying, what is the matter with me? All right, so Cerberus, the Hounds of Hades, a multi-headed dog that guards the gate of the underworld to prevent the dead from leaving. He was an offspring of the monsters Echidna and Typhon, and was usually described as having 3 heads. Remember we talked about the Hecatonius, those things that had the 50 heads and it had the 100 arms or 100 hands. I believe that he's like a part of that. So I think that's kind of interesting. That they did portray him as having 50 heads or 100 heads at one point, but he's the few times I've seen him, he's had the 3 heads. I never saw 50 heads and anything else. So anyway, he has acute hearing. He is known to be able to hear spirits. That's why he guards the gates. That's why he keeps these souls in there. And again, remember, this isn't Tartarus. This isn't the bowels of hell here. Okay. This is the entrance as you go into hell. There's different segments. The underworld, fairies live in part of the underworld. Okay. It's not all bad. Okay. Hades is just holding souls there that aren't good enough to cross back up to source, but not bad enough to be thrown into Tartarus, which is the bowels of hell in the center of the earth. So anyway, so Cerberus keeps them contained. But it makes sense to me that Hecate would walk with Cerberus at night and take him with her as, number one, he's got 3 heads. He can look in the 3 directions with her, number one. Number 2, he can hear spirits. His hearing is so acute, he can actually hear spirits coming and warn her. Keep in mind, this all comes down to free will. Why does she have to walk around and collect souls if she's in charge of the black sun that the soul goes through when you die? If the soul doesn't want to go, the soul's not going to go. So she wanders around looking for these spirits that are in the ether, the astral realm, okay, that are wandering around because she's trying to save them from negative things. So, excuse me. So that's interesting. So in order for Hercules to subdue Cerberus, Hades didn't give him the right to kill the dogs. He says, if you can actually, because the 12 labor was to go, did you see that flying right in front of my face? So the 12th labor of Hercules was to go subdue Cerberus, and Hades said that he can do it because that's Hades' dog, but he cannot do it by means of killing him, that he had to do it with just brute strength. So Hercules, I guess, wrapped his arms around the 3 heads, around the neck of the dog, and subdued the dog, and then pranced it through town. He was going to bring the dog back, but I guess Cerberus broke loose and went back to town on his own. So so I thought that was kind of funny. All right, so more into Hecate here. Oops, let's see that. Look at that. It's crazy stuff going on over here. Hello. All right. Hecate, she was the goddess of magic in the underworld, but she was also a protector of home and the guardian of borders. She was also associated with some of the most revered and respected goddesses of Olympus. Hecate is the dark mother. Offerings, eggs, garlic, lavender, and honey, crescent-shaped bread, candles, incense, images of black dogs associated on behalf of dogs. Goddess Hecate takes her petitions at night, and her offerings can be left at the crossroads. And if you ever want really good graveyard dirt, because graveyard dirt, what's the difference? Graveyard dirt is blessed. A cemetery dirt is not blessed. Graveyard is adjacent to a church of holy ground, okay? So it is blessed. So if you want really strong graveyard dirt, go to where the crossroads is in that cemetery where 3 roads come together, and that's where you want to dig the sand or the dirt up from. It's wonderful protection. It's great against negative things in your house. It's great for laying down like under rugs, maybe entrances to your house, like you'd lay brick dust. You could also do graveyard dirt. It's very powerful. So anyway, that's a great place to go and get that. Hecate, Mother Goddess, Queen of the Night, protect us. Guide us with your torch so bright, the truth we see when you come near, to free us from all our fear. And this is the reason why I'm working with her, is because I want to learn. I need to get rid of the fear of the darkness. I need to get rid of the fear of, oh, they're going to possess me. This is going to happen to me. And this is, as long as I keep myself what I call in a state of grace. Okay. I don't drink. I don't do alcohol. I don't do drugs. I don't do all these things that keep my body in a, not that it's a sin or anything, it just keeps my body in a lower frequency. It makes me more apt to be attacked. So I keep myself in a higher frequency. I meditate. I do certain things. I listen to frequencies. I do tuning forks. I do holy fire Reiki on myself. I do these things to keep myself in a higher vibration, because Sarah, my beautiful daughter here in chat, has her haunted museum, and we're always bringing in nasty things, that some nasty things are attached to dolls, and we don't instantly bind them. We work with them first to see. We learn from our mistakes. I'm not saying we're perfect. We make mistakes, by all means, we do, but this is how we learn. This is how we grow, so anyway, it's just crazy. All right. The 2nd century Hecate was first depicted in the triplet of the sculptor by Archimedes, and I got the sculpture right here somewhere. That's not going on. This is the one that's at the Vatican. Hecate, one of the most feared and loathed goddesses over 2,200 years by men's religion and the patriarch. So this is a statue that is actually at the Vatican in Rome. Okay. I actually do have a picture of Hecate, but she's more, you'll see and understand in a second. This is actually Hecate fighting. I believe this is on a wall that's in Germany. It's called the Pergamon Wall. This is her here in the second section over. That is actually Hecate fighting there. I believe that's Artemis to her right that's actually fighting with her as well. They're actually, I believe this was the fight of, you can see the dogs in there and there's snakes. It's kind of crazy. All right. So, as I said, Hecate is also keeper of the Black Sun. Now, when I talk about the Black Sun, the dimension of the Black Sun, please keep in mind this has nothing to do with neo-Nazism, please, because they do mention the Black Sun in neo-Nazism, and it's a white supremacist. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay. This is a dimension that your soul goes through when you pass and you wish to cross. Again, it's about free will, and you wish to cross over. This is a purification, okay, of your soul that gets purified. Your personality still goes. You don't lose your personality. You don't lose the love that you have for everybody. That's all stays. That's who you are. That's your true authentic self. But we burn off what I call environmental cords and stuff, and that's what this Black Sun. The Black Sun symbols of purification, symbolizes the manifestation of the cycle of the end of a cycle. I actually wrote a poem, and I didn't realize in this, I'm not going to say it because it's in my automatic writing, so I'm just going to move on. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick invocation right now of Hecate, just to bring her. She's listening. I know she is. So, but I'm just going to let her come on in. So here's my. So this is my athame. I've had this sucker probably about 30 years. As you can see, it's pretty sad. It's all stirring salt. Salt likes to eat my athame. So anyway, so let's call her in, shall we? And this is here. Lovely Hecate, on the roads, in crossroads, I invoke thee. In heaven, on earth, and in the sea. Queen of witches, I call on you, threefold forms, maiden, mother, and crone. Keeper of the keys, I call to thee, earth goddess, night walker, the darkness, the way, gatekeeper, great guide, the brightness, great mother, O Savior, who lights the way. I invoke thee, hear my plea. I beseech you to grant my wish. Join me in this glorious night. I thank thee for listening and joining me in my great right. Okay, so while I just did that, Sarah, if you want to come down, let's start doing the portal session, because I can feel a shift in the room right now. And you see if Sarah's heard me. I can see her in chat. Come, Sarah. I hear her moving. Okay, so we have the spirit portal behind me here. I'm going to move my stuff here. I am going to remind me to do the automatic writing because I will do that. I can just feel her coming in right now, so I really want to strike while the iron's hot, so to speak. So let's do that. Move my stuff out of the way. Take a sip off my Pepsi. I'm quite parched. So this is a snake skin. Isn't that crazy? Ugh, creepy. The automatic writing is going to be talking about this. Oh, this is Tarot Destroyer in here. Is this this right here? I'm taking this as spam.
Yeah, it's spam. Just block them.
Yeah. Okay.
Spammers.
Just dang spammers.
Stay out of our chat.
Okay, so how are we going to do this? I'm going to move this.
Yeah, I'm just going to sit here.
Were we going to put your phone in or put my phone in? Or I'm just worried about them being able to hear. Is it close enough or should we move it?
It should be
over
over here, I think.
Okay.
Volume.
You guys are going to let us know if you
Here.
can hear it, okay? I'm going to jump over to comments so I can see you guys. So I do have the obelisk here, which will spit out words to me. Hecate, are you here with us? Unclear. Answer unclear.
That's crazy.
The answer is unclear. You probably can't see that. I might have to dim this a little bit because it's there we go. We can make it a little bit more spooky. I'm going to shut the light off completely just for a second. All right, so that,
Peace. Jump.
no,
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Wife.
Holy cow!
Easy. France.
This thing's just spamming.
Water.
Set it down
Mustard.
and let it relax.
Puncture.
It talks more than I do. Good God!
It'll pick up the energy too because you're holding it.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So Sarah's just getting into her app that runs through the portal. So just give us 1 second. Oh, I got something right behind me. I can feel it right over here. She's actually over here, so she's really close. I can feel it. It feels really big when it comes in. Oh my God, what is this person doing to my chat? Block you.
Even if it's well, it might. Yeah. It might pop up for you even though you've already blocked them. Just don't accidentally block somebody else.
I know, I've done that. No, I actually haven't. You did that.
Well, no, I know. I'll speak from experience.
All right. So we're almost ready to go. You know, I could read. Do you want me? You all set?
Go ahead and read it, yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to read that?
Yeah, go ahead and do whatever you want.
Okay.
I'm going to run
Sarah-
this while you do it. Or...
All right. So while Sarah's getting set up with that, let me just read this real quick. It's an automatic writing I actually did. March 4th is the date on this. And yes, I actually typed it up. There we go. So this is from Hecate. So Mike, you still in there? Okay. Yes, my darling daughter, I am here. We have taken many long walks together in the realm of darkness, this empty void of the ether, where so many souls can get lost and trapped from moving on to their next destinations in their soul's evolution process. You have been helping me to cross over the souls who are worthy to return back to Prime Creator, to be returned to their true glory and to their true truth. We have taken many walks down to the underworld together, bringing home these other cloaked souls. Listen to this. I thought this was interesting. Cloaked. She calls them cloaked souls. They have cloaked themselves with the burdens of sin. You and Hades have spoken many times, and he is so fascinated with you and your teachings and understandings of it all. Humanity's beliefs in these egocentric times can be so shallow and closed-minded. He is so honored that you speak of our family with such love and integrity in your heart for all the Titans, even Kronos. Laugh, laugh, laugh. He, Hades, So she's talking about Hades right now. So enjoys your talks and all the beliefs of the cosmos. Yes, we have escorted many lost souls down to Hades. So when you hear the word yes, I'm asking a question in my head, and then that's them answering the question. Sarah's being molested by her own hair over there. All right. You're funny. All right. So, yes. We have escorted many souls down to Hades for him to control these beings of darkness for future recycling. I thought that was interesting. Recycling. It's like a bottle plant. I'm sorry. Helps to heal grandmother Gaia. And this makes sense to me because Zeus's mother is Mother Gaia, so this would be her grandmother, because Zeus tells me, even though they say that Perseus is Hecate's father, Zeus tells me otherwise, and so does Hecate. So I'm going to go with what's talking to me as opposed to what's on the internet. So that's just me. But I did find a couple things on the internet that said Zeus was the father. So Mother Gaia, so these lost souls need to be recycled back, helps heal Mother Gaia. Lost dark souls, as you know, Sao is Terra. They refer to Mother Gaia is the soul of Terra, if that makes sense. So Earth is Terra. They call Earth Terra. It hurts the energy of Grandmother Gaia. All is for a reason. The workings we do here is for humanity. I help you to understand that all is for a reason. Darkness makes you search for the one true God, the one true creator. I teach you how to manipulate these energies and how to transmute them so we can redeem those who are willing to be redeemed. We have crossed many together. I have shown you many frightening things along the way and showed you how to react to these beings who want nothing more but your light.
What is that?
Fell.
Legs. Fell.
Press.
Press.
Turning.
Turning.
Revolt.
Revote. Okay, here, take it away. It's going nuts again. All righty. Sorry. All right, frightening things away. It showed you how not to react to these beings who want nothing more but then your light. When facing the darkness, it is important to shine your light and not to let the fear and the chaos take control. Beware. As I carry my torches of immortal proverbial light, I'm lighting the way for all to see me in the empty void of it all. What? They keep coming back. Do you know what it is? I wrote tarot cards on my thing tonight, and they're trying to spam me. All right, so when facing the darkness, it is important to shine your light and not let the fear and the chaos take control. As I carry my torches in immortal proverbial light, lighting the way for all to see me in the empty void of it all. We have become great consorts, my dear daughter. We have shared many physical suffering stories together, and you know now that all is for a reason. All is for the evolutionary master plan of it all. We would never ascend to higher realms of consciousness if it wasn't for these crosses that we must learn to master, learning to shed our skin as a snake teaches us birth, death, and rebirth. The poem you wrote many years ago, I wrote this poem. Sarah knew about this poem, but I didn't realize I wrote this for Hecate, and this is really mind-blowing. The poem you wrote to me many years ago called Sacred Spirit. Sacred Spirit came to me and reached out for my hand, whispered words of comfort that I could understand. Birth, death, rebirth, cycles of a whole, never ending, just eclipse, the cycles of the soul. I wrote that poem. And yes, I am the keeper of the night. So she wrote that. She was telling me that I wrote that poem for her. I actually drew a picture of it too, which I actually forgot at my mom's house because I still got stuff there. Yes, I am keeper of the night sky of magic, necromancy, along with other responsibilities, as well as gatekeeper of the black sun, the dark moon cycle of the moon. I work with many sisters, Artemis, your archer, being one in all her glory. Sometimes we are confused in being the same being, but we are separate, but do work as one as we work as one to help humanity here on Tara. I'm almost done, guys, and then we'll move on to the box. I remember when you asked your consort, Michael, hey, my friend Michael's in chat right here, right now, and he remembers this, to come visit me in dream state. You told him of my beauty, so I decided to show myself as an old crone. I scared him, so we still laugh about this here today. So they're still laughing at my friend Mike because she scared the crap out of him. I guess it was like a picket fence, and he asked her to show herself to him. And she was looking through a picket fence, but it was this decrepit old crone thing, and she scared the bejesus out of him, I guess. I remember you seeing me for the first time, and this is when I met her for the first time. This is crazy. I remember you seeing me for the first time and how you looked into my eyes and tried to run. That is when I grabbed you and told you to look deeper into my eyes. Her eyes were all black. There was no white. They were just totally black, and it scared me because I know demonics have black eyes like that. Is it trying to talk?
Something.
All right, I got to finish this real quick so we can move on. All right. And I told you to look deeper into my eyes. My eyes are black like a bull's, but unlike a demonic beings, my eyes are this way because I walk in the void of darkness. As pupils dilate in the darkness, what do your eyes do? They open up. Mine do as well. I remember the offering. Chief? All right, I'm almost done with this. I just want to finish. All right. I remember the offering you left me from the other home in the crossroads in your drive. You heard me speak telepathically to you to go stand upon the tree stump. I then instructed you to jump once, and you did. My familiar came out slithering out from under the stump, and how amazed you were. I asked you to follow her, and there was a gift. I asked you to follow her because she had a gift for you. You still have this gift today in your shaman cabinet. That's what I went. That's the snake skin that I'm showing you guys here. I went back to my mom's house and got it. This is it. But I thought this was interesting. The snake skin you honor. You can use pieces of the skin in rituals and ceremony magics of yours, which will add more magic and power to your arts. This was my gift to you, dear daughter. I am blessed and honored to be part of your life, and thank you for bestowing us with the grace of love for all. We have many more journeys and ventures together to discover more truths and to bring in your healing light so others may walk your path and know of your light and of your glory. You inspire others. You still have no idea the infinite powers you contain within your consciousness and your being. We will discover that together. We are also grateful for the endless love you give to all. I am blessed to call you my daughter. My name may mean far away, far off, but rest assured, I am never far away, my dear child. I am always see you radiating your light and your love, and we are always close by. So that's Hecate there. Okay, we're going to move on. Mike, hey, he's right there. Mike, you remember the dream? Tell him about your dream. Okay, so we're going to move on now, and hopefully you guys can hear the spirit portal, and if not, we can always move it closer. Hecate. This is Catherine. Are you here? That's her.
It said sacrifice.
Hecate, is this you? I have male and female.
Hey, it says God.
It just said God on the obelisk, and this is basically what we're talking to people.
Yeah, it says God. I've never seen it say
If
God.
you guys can hear anything that this is saying, please type it in chat because it's hard to hear until we listen. Hecate, is this you? Who is with you? Can you tell me? That's Hecate, the female. She's giving me goosebumps. I don't know what she's saying though. I said magic. Did you hear that? I heard that part. I said magic. That's her.
I hear something. Do you have a message?
Do you work with Prometheus? Is there something I can do, Hecate, to help you? Wish I could understand this. Can you guys hear this at all? Adam's in our bedroom. Hecate, do I go with you every night? I heard yes. 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 Do we go down
I just heard
funny? Does Cerebus come with us? Is he with you tonight?
Yep, close by.
Yes, close by, she said. She said, yes, close by. So Cerebus is, she's saying that the three-headed dog is with her, close by. He's welcome in here too. So when you see Sarah turning her fingers like this, for anybody that's not aware of what she's doing, she's sweeping the frequencies. She's not adding voices or anything in. She's just sweeping frequencies for them to talk freely. Is Prometheus with you? It's so weird, her voice, it like goes from, you can almost hear it, it's like it sounds young, and then it goes to being elderly, and then it kind of comes back
like
again.
Multiple women.
Yeah, it sounds like there's multiple women talking. Are you guys hearing this? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Did you say your name?
I love you. I thank you. Did she just say hell?
Something about that.
Yeah, she just mentioned hell.
Something about the sick.
Something about the sick in hell.
Something about pushing light into their body.
Push light into their bodies. That's what I can do for them. She's asking me to push light into the ones that are in hell to help them, to get them. She just mentioned Sarah. What Sarah does is very important. It's hard. So Sarah can analyze this later too, and just kind of listen to it with headphones and see if she can get more, and we can do like a small clip and post it on the thing. Is there any questions you want to ask Hecate while I have her here? Beloved mother, we love you. We thank you for coming here and being with us tonight. I am most honored. Come and get me tonight.
Sounds further away though.
Yeah, she sounds like she's going further away now. Thank you for coming. We have gifts for you, fruit and stuff. Garlic. Please partake. She probably has been sending owls. She sends me owls all the time, to the point actually I've ran one over and brought it home, and it's still alive, thank God. Sorry I got that. So Hecate, do you send owls to people?
I heard yes.
Well, thank you for gracing us with your presence tonight, my beloved Hecate. Yep. Much love.
And she just mentioned the chief.
The chief? Are you talking about Takaguanda?
I heard they're sick now. It sounds like you have. Okay. I am getting an image in my head of a tribe of Indians nearby that died of a sickness plagued like smallpox or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like she's asking you to cross them over.
Okay. Well, I have a gateway I always set out there to be permanently
I'm just
open,
saying
and
that's what I could hear. Like
yeah.
bits and pieces were coming through,
Right.
and that's the image that it made in my mind. Whether
Okay.
or not that's true, I
Okay.
don't know.
All right. So I'll have to. I'll definitely work on that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hecate, for blessing us. Thank you for being here tonight.
They're with them.
They're with them.
Yes.
They're with them. There was much death, she said. But that's what?
I'm gonna have to listen back.
Yeah.
I'm getting like a lot of almost like either a Native American feel or like some sort of Eskimo or Incan or like that kind of feel from it. And I don't know if that's just her energy and I'm just interpreting it in a different way.
No, you're not. You're not wrong, because that's just what I get off of her. When I see her, she's got this really, really black hair, and it's really long like Sarah's is, like my daughter's hair is, except she's got these big, picture of bullseyes. You know what a bullseye, the male cow looks like? It's big black eyes. And that's just what her eyes look
feel
like.
I'm getting the vision of like this, almost like a Native American medicine woman in a tent, but not Native American, but almost along the same lines of that kind of like, old sage woman. Sage
or shaman.
Yeah.
And what am I? I'm a shaman. So that would make sense that she would appeal to the shaman side of me. Centered themselves?
Before I show you off.
That's weird.
Anyways,
All right, so anyway.
I'm going to have to re-listen to it to be able to analyze it and be able to hear those better using headphones. So you'll just have to re-listen a couple of times and then we can go from there.
Yeah, she usually has her hair just like that. She'll have her hair like covering her eyes, kind of like covering her face. Because I think it's because she doesn't want to scare us off with those big black eyes. But if you think about it, what do your eyes do when you're in the darkness? They dilate and they get bigger to let more light in so you can see in the darkness. So that totally makes sense why that would be that way. Let's see here. Did I do this one yet? The Witch's Prayer to Hecate. Mighty Hecate, Queen of the Witches, you are both the dark and the light. You are the way, and you are the light along it. You hold the keys of all creation, mighty Hecate, Queen of the Witches. Through the gifts of your sacral keys, I am walker between the worlds, the student of your mysteries, the giver of your healing. Mighty Hecate, Queen of the Witches, my witch's journey is a blessing through the darkness of the underworld, up to the heights of the heavens and the balance of everyday life. Through all things I honor you, in all ways I honor you, and for all the time, eternal Queen, I honor you. Okay. So I don't know how we're doing on time here. I'm trying to see. Let's see how long we've been on. So did you guys want to do some tarot card reading? Do you want to do a little dabbling in the tarot cards? Give me a yay or an A. All right. So let me grab my cards. All right, so I'm going to set these offerings over here. Take back my snake skin because she said I can use that in a ritual, and I will. So I'm going to set that one over there for now. So this is my very dusty box. That's my raven. My raven. So with my runes around the side. I like to create my tarot card boxes. Again, these are my Reiki card here, but these are my tarot cards. Now, I have linked both the cards and the book below, and I'm going to tell you, these are vintage. I've had these for about 30 years. So it's very hard to find the book in big form with the cards. So in fact, on eBay, this is going for like $158 when I actually bought this whole thing for like $35 30 years ago. So anyway, but I've had these as they're vintage now, so it's kind of crazy. Gives you an idea of how old they really are. Okay. All right. So take a sip off my soda. So what Sarah's going to do is she's going to go listen later with headphones because a lot of times it's hard to hear. She was saying some really important stuff, and I just feel that we couldn't hear it because it comes through in echo and kind of mumble-jumbled a little bit. So anyway, so what we'll do is we'll do like a short clip on that, and we can actually post that to our page. So I'm going to drop this down here so that I clear all my stuff right away. Going down. Here we go. Ta-da. Get the hair off my pad. Okay, so these are going to be different than what I did them last week. Okay, last week I am going to shuffle them and have a couple cards fall out. I'm not going to do a full spread or anything. I have a lot of people in here tonight, and I like to try to at least do one card on everybody. This destroyer person needs to go away. Bye bye. See you later. Okay. So what I'm going to do is whatever cards fall out, I'm going to start from the bottom, I think. Let's go, Jasmine. Put a question into the cards, okay? And we'll try to give you a little bit more insight on the matter behind them, if that's cool. So put your question in. There we go. What is up with this person? Sarah, make them go away. Wow, that's ridiculous. Okay, so I'm going to start shuffling now, Jasmine. Okay, so the card that I had fall was this one, okay? This is the Six of Pentacles, okay? Pentacles usually means the physical world, okay? This is a harvest in the physical world, so this is like a celebration. This is telling you that your work ethic and everything that you've been doing for so long is going to come to fruition now, and there's going to be a celebration coming up here. I'm feeling like June off this card, if that makes sense to you. So might want to make a mental note. June party, yay! So that would be that one, okay? And then let's try Vincent. Go ahead and put your killing my keyboard here. I'm going to move that out of the way too. All right. Vincent, go ahead and put a question into the cards. Huh? Okay, I'm just gonna go. Here we go, Vincent. For some reason I feel like the Empress card is gonna pop out of the deck, but that's just me. I'm just curious what those are. Okay. Oops, I got a bunch of them. You know what? I'm gonna try something. What did I say? I said the Empress was going to pop out of the card. I was seeing a pregnant card, and this is kind of funny here. Hang on. There we go. I'm trying to block out some of the light here. All right. I was actually seeing this card in my head just a minute ago. Come on. There we go. Can you see that okay? Let's try it again. There we go. See, look, there's a big old belly there. Do you see that? Pentagrams, again, pentagrams is the physical world, pregnancy. So I'm seeing this as a pregnancy in the physical world. So we're going to play that one down. The next card, I'm just playing these cards because they all fell down together. This is a wish card, Vincent. This is something, again, pentagrams, pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Seven is of the physical, Pentacles is of the physical world. Seven, this is like a wish card. See, she's holding a man in clay, and she's wishing for a man to come in her life. So basically, that's a wish card. So that's coming true, and it fell out on top of the pregnancy card, which I know. I feel that this is what your question's pertaining to. The other thing is you get the Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Ace of Pentacles, Ace is new beginnings. Pentacles is of the physical world. So this is telling you new beginnings in your physical world are coming into play, following on the wish card and also this pregnancy card here. So we got all this stuff going on here. The Prince of Wands. Wands is of the mind. That's Yesod. That's thought form, okay? Creating things, manifesting, bringing things to your life. This is Vincent. This is Vincent in physical form. He's actually fighting right now with something he's got going on in his head. That's the thought form. That's why he's falling down in wand form, if that makes sense. he's debating about a job issue in his head. He's going over and he's mulling over certain things and certain aspects of his life. And you're at a crossroads, and the perfect person to crawl in at the crossroads is who? Hecate. Ask her for the answers, and she will come to you in dream form. I promise you she will, if you're willing to work with her and trust her. Now, it's funny because the Emperor card, I'm getting this as a father figure to you. Sometimes I get with the Emperor card, I know what it means. But in this case, this is a physical, this is a father figure up from you. This is your father, Vincent. This has to do with your father. And the next card that's falling on that one is the Six of Wands. And again, Wands and is Yesod. It's of the mind. It's creating. It's manifesting. It's putting your thoughts in order and bringing it into the physical world, which is all the pentacles. So if you concentrate and do what you need to do to mend this relationship over here, getting out to nature, expanding your consciousness more, you get new beginnings coming to you. And I really do that. I told you that this is going to happen again. I promise you. But your wish card, peace in your life. You want peace in your life, and you want home and stability. And that's what's going on with these cards. And that's why I read them all to you. And I've been talking to you guys. So that's why I did that extensive one. So that is Vincent. Okay. I'm going to shuffle these really good. Adam, I'm going to get you in a second, but I'm going to move on. Court of Madness. I don't know what your name is, so forgive me if I just call you Court of Madness. Go ahead and put your question into the cards, and I'll do a little quick reading on you too, if that's cool. Court of Madness. He said totally true. Thank you. You're most welcome, guys. You're most welcome. All right. So, Court of Madness. Here we go. Whoops. This card is kind of really coming out at me. Hubbada. I'm sorry. So, again, pentagrams represents the physical world that you're in. This is showing you more strength, but this is more strength in learning, going back to school, getting stronger with knowledge. So this is a wonderful card. I'm going to do another card for you, Court of Madness, but this is almost like I see you studying, getting broader with your knowledge and learnings and teachings of it. And I'm seeing this pertaining more to like witchcraft, or the craft, so to speak, or shamanism. And that's where I kind of see that going to. Oh, this one just flipped over. And now the moon. Okay, there's the moon card. Now it's funny because Hecate is what? The moon. Okay. The moon represents, if you look at the picture here, it's telling you that not everything is on the surface. Always look below the surface here, like as you see the fish in the water. So this can represent a wolf in sheep's clothing. This can represent somebody in your life that's pretending to be somebody that they're actually not really that true person, that, you know, that it's almost like a misleading. It's the wolf in sheep's clothing, basically, that what that is. But it's telling you that if there's something or question in your life that you need to look further into, it's telling you don't judge the book by its cover. Look beneath the surface and do some research and get further into it. Okay, Adam, put your thoughts into the cards and ask a question. I'm shuffling. Natalie, I didn't see your message that you sent me before the class, so I didn't have time to answer you. I just didn't want you to think that I was ignoring your message. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm doing Adam right this second. Okay, Adam. Oh, look. Okay, now I love seeing this. This is a wish card, Adam, and these cards have to do with love. Your question has to do with love. You tell me I'm wrong. It has to do with love, because the Seven of Cups represents you being surrounded by people that are like-minded as you, which this is your spookster family here and your enlightenment family, and that all this love is supporting you and guiding you, and that the question you asked having to do with love, I know it's family oriented. It's telling you that the wish is coming true, sort of like the rose see the rose that's inside the crystal ball here? She wished for it, and now it's on the table. Do you see that? So this is a wish card. This means that whatever you're wishing is coming to be, Adam. I'm not sure. Firmino, I'm sorry. I'm not sure how to pronounce your first name. I'm very bad with torturing names. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Joao, is that your name? Go ahead and put a question into the cards, and we'll do a quick shuffle for you, and we'll go from there. Oh, you're a new practitioner. That makes sense. Okay. Been practicing studying for like a year and a half or so. Very pretty accurate. Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you for letting me know that. Definitely, you found the right channel. If you go back, I've taught Crystal Magic 101. I've taught a whole bunch of other classes. I even know how to make your own holy water and protect yourself, because if you're doing this stuff, you definitely need to know psychic protection. You're so welcome, Adam. You're my lovely son. Whoa. Okay. Well, we got the PP card here. The lover's card. Cover it. Sorry. Anyway, we're all grown-ups here except for me. So anyway, you get the lover's card here. Now the lover's card, so this could have to do with a relationship. So I'm feeling that this is definitely a relationship question that you're asking about. Feeling if you feel that the relationship is worth continuing on, or you should just bail and get the hell out type of deal. So let's go and let's see what the next card is. Firmino. Let's see what the next card is that's going to fall on the lover's card. Alrighty, so we have the Princess of Swords and we have the Empress. This is the one that I thought that you were going to get tonight, Adam and Vincent, because the Empress is she's pregnated. So anyway, so these two cards came out together. The Princess of Swords. Swords is cutting away outmoded energies from your life that don't need to be there. And the Empress is representing kind of new beginnings, new starts, fertilization, and so forth. So there's a couple ways I could take these cards. I can take this as, okay, vasectomy. No, just kidding. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so I can take these cards as if the question was pertaining to a love relationship. It's towards a professional path. Okay, so again, the Lover's card too. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's that a relationship. It can also pertain to, new beginnings with the job and stuff. Is this a new job that you're just starting out on? Because it's showing you that the new beginnings you have going on there, and it's showing you to cut away something that's no longer serving a purpose in your life. Maybe it's an old job that you were getting rid of, or it could be an old relationship that you just need to finally get done and finally bury that relationship, possibly. But definitely the Empress is new beginnings, new fertilization, things coming to be. So let's move on to Natalie. Put your thought into the cards, guys. I'm not 100% right all the time, guys, so forgive me. I'm just reading what falls. Natalie. I'm going to start shuffling. All right. Okay. Natalie, you had two cards that flipped over. And they're both swords. And swords to me are cutting, removing outmoded energies. The Two of Swords, it's showing that there's new energy coming towards you. Two is bringing in. So by cutting away old stuff, this could also pertain to like cleaning out, doing spring cleaning, getting out the old stuff and bringing in the new. That could be pertaining to this, because this one over here, the Seven of Swords, this is getting back to nature, getting back to music. This is finding the heartbeat of your soul, connecting with your true inner soul and true inner purpose in yourself. Sorry, I'm reading, guys. This is in the realm of death. This is a reference to my channel with my friend. Also, appreciate you. Oh, most welcome. Thank you. Okay. So anyway, so this is musical instruments. Natalie, I know that you're doing a lot of. I'm just curious. Okay. There it is. Wow. This card's haunting me tonight. It's so funny because I always seem to have one card from a deck that will haunt me the rest of the night. And I think the Nine of Pentacles is going to be haunting me. So the Nine of Pentacles, again, this is fertility. This means in the physical world is what that means. So this is telling you to keep doing, basically what I'm getting off of this card, Natalie, is keep continuing doing your shadow work to help enlighten yourself. You got new opportunities coming into this physical realm that's coming into play, but it's telling you to keep the balance between work and nature. You need to keep that balance. You have to keep that symbiosis thing going on there between work and living and loving your life, because we get so caught up in the job and here we forget to live in the here and now. And this is like living in the here and now card with fertility, new beginnings. So basically it's almost like the Fool card. You can go anywhere and do anything. You just gotta do the homework of clearing out that dark, that loving the shadow self, accepting your shadow self. So Julie, let's try you. Tina, welcome. My sissy's here. Hi, Tina. So these are all people that have been with me for about good. Tina's been with me for a good, gosh, what, 20 something years. I have friends for life. All right, so Julie, put a question into the cards. Yippee! I have so many people. Put the word tarot out there, and okay. I'm going to start. I'm shuffling now, Julie. Julie. And if you ever drop cards and you're not sure if you should read the cards, if they're meant to be read, they'll fall out again. So don't worry that, oh my God, I just threw away my hand that I was supposed to read. Okay. So, oh, look at that. Okay, so instantaneously, we get the Six of Cups again. Cups is love. That represents loves. This is being of like-minded people. Your group, our group, we all get together. They're telling you that this is very wonderful for you to stick with us. Your cult. Just kidding. We're not a cult. I'm just kidding. Holy Fire Reiki, that's what we are. All right, so this is showing you being surrounded by abundantly with love, Julie. I'm just going to see if there's another card that's going to fall. Oh, that one flew out. Okay. Oh, nah, you got the wish card too. Okay, so a wish having to do with a question of love is telling you that it's going to come to fruition. What you are wishing for is going to happen, whether it's like healing on a sister or something, or working on sister relationships that are kind of, Anyway, so this is telling you that something that you've been working on is going to come to fruition, so you're good there. Hi, Chris. Welcome. Hi, Chris. All right. So who am I going to do now? Let's see here. All right, Tina. Tina, you're never here. My sissy. Hey. Ask a question. It's dirty. Look how dirty these cards are. That's actually, I believe, salt. I have salt everywhere. I'm a salty girl. All right, Tina, ask a question, because I'm doing it. I'm doing it now. Oh. You got the Ace of Wands. So new beginnings. So you got new ideas in your head that you want to put out into your physical world, and they're telling you that it's a good time to start that. Ace of Wands. So the Wands is of the mind. So an idea that you have, they're telling you to put that out there and start it up. So I feel that this is like maybe Etsy related or shop related or money. This has to do with finances going on that I'm feeling from you. Whoops. Okay. All right. So you got the Chariot and you got the Three of Swords. Again, swords to me is cutting away and removing outmoded things that don't need to be there. But I also don't feel that off of this card. I actually feel you're going through, you're going from one dimension into the next dimension, so to speak. You're actually, this is new beginnings, and you're actually going through a gateway. You're crossing a threshold, okay, as she's kind of going through between these swords are. That's the feeling I'm getting off of this. That's the first deck of cards that you bought yourself. Great minds, right? The Chariot, this is your, I'm getting your will. This is your willpower is coming off of this card. This is the balance between the light and the dark in you, and your willpower, in that you've determined, I'm not going to be sick anymore. I got things I got to do. So this is actually showing you that you're pushing forward and that you're going through a gateway. And I feel this is health related over here. And this is job related, new beginnings going on over here. So anyway, that's my reading for that one. Let's try Shane. Shane's not with us tonight. Shane is actually gone for about 10 days. He's staying up north, taking care of family's homestead. So you're most welcome, Julie. That's so funny, Tina. This is the first deck of cards I bought myself, too. Isn't that funny? They're actually vintage now. I actually linked them below on the in the description below. And other than finding them on eBay, or you can find them, but not with the big book like I have. The book's a little tiny book. All right, shuffling the cards. All right, so who are we doing this for? We are doing this for Chris. Chris, put a question into the card, fine, and we're gonna see what they pop out for you. Oh, thank you, Adam. Whoops. Oh, hey. So, that's funny. This is a wish card too. Dang, everybody's getting wish cards tonight. Chris, this is actually showing me that they're telling you to study and to learn and to get more into reading and understanding more of into your question that you're actually asking about. This is actually showing. Now notice this cups on here. This is love. So this is a question that you've asked having to do with love that is going to come to be. Okay. Your daughter has the deck now too. So anyway, so this is kind of interesting. So this is telling me that a wish card having to do with love is going to happen for you. So that's showing that love is opening up for you too. And it's also telling you to study and to look further into a question or research it more fully to understand it, to get it to come to fruition, which is your love question here. So that's what I got on those cards. All right, so who else? Sarah. Let's do Sarah's. Put a question into the card, Sarah. I know what her question is. When's this class going to be done? So anyway. All righty. Sarah. My little daughter of mine. Whoops. Oh, see. I didn't feel... You get feelings off the cards. It's funny too, because even though the description in the book may be different than when I'm reading off of these cards, I go by the energy I feel off the cards, because that's my gift, is feeling the energy. Michael, we're gonna do you next, buddy. That didn't sound right. Okay, so I'm losing my train of thought here. Sarah. Okay, Sarah, we got the Tempress. That's about right. So this represents strength. This represents power, this card. And it's funny because my daughter's a Leo. That's her birth sign. She's a Taurus, so that's kind of interesting. The Lion's Gate, which opens up August 8th, I'm really getting something huge off of this. The guides have been telling me something huge is going to happen in August. So I'm going to take this as the month of August. Something really powerful is going to happen in your life, Sarah, besides just your birthday. So I'm really going to pay attention to that. Let's do one more card, see if we can get it to fall out for you, Sarah. So that's interesting. So August. So write that down, Sarah. August for you, strength, temperance, something very powerful in August is going to happen. I feel like it's ghost related or, this is funny. Sarah, Takagwanda, you heard me ask earlier. Takagwanda, I have a guide, a native guide, and he actually comes off, and this is just what he looks like, is this Takagwanda. So anyway, so I thought that was interesting. So the Ace of Swords, again, this is Ace is beginning, Swords is cutting away. But this, again, look what's on the card. I'm getting the month of August here. Do you see this? So I'm going to even go as far as say 8/8. So August 8th, something huge is going to happen for you, Sarah. So mark that date, please. Please. Michael, put a question into the cards. And I'll see what I can do for you. Hi, Nacho. Welcome. Sorry, I didn't see you hanging up there. Hello, Nacho. Nacho. And who else we got in here that I've missed? Boy, I'm so rude. Sorry, I get so much in my head. Okay. So, Michael, ask a question. Let the cards speak, please. Oh, there we go. Okay. This is crazy. I know what these are having to do with right away, Michael. My friend Michael, his mom just recently passed. This is her right in the middle. This is Shirley, the Queen of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. And it's funny because I'm going to explain this to you. And then we have the 5 of Wands. 5 is a karmic number, okay? This is like your karmic debt is due, that type of thing, okay? But not in this case. The 5 of Wands over here represents that the life you know it is going to be like a whirlwind. It's almost like there's a spiritual death going on for you, which makes sense to me because you just lost your mom, because this is her right here in the middle, the Queen of Wands. But she's showing you she's balanced. This is the physical world. Pentagrams is physical world. Wands is the spiritual world, and she's showing you she's balanced between the two, Michael, and she's with you. So that's quite interesting. So your question, I'm assuming, had to do with your mother, because here she is. Okay, so the life that you know it has done a complete backflip, which you know because your mom used to live with you, and now she's passed. So, and I hope you don't get mad at me for sharing this with people. But again, this is your mom here, but she's showing you how she's balanced between the physical world and the spiritual world. So and it makes sense because I did her sermon for her, so, and it makes sense that she would show herself in the spread too. And especially I did an automatic writing. Michael, I have your automatic writing that I did for your mom here. I'll give that to you tomorrow. I did do that for you, so my friend. So is that what it was for, Mike? Was your question pertaining to your mom? Okay. Okay, who else can we do here? I'm going to wait, just jump over to banners just for 1 second because I know I forgot to do something. I forgot to show you the picture of Hecate that we have, okay? So this is her in the blue here. This big white thing off on the side, okay? This is actually angelic. You can actually see the legs and the pelvis of it. You can actually see its wings. This is actually like big fairy energy. I call it angelic because fairies are another form of lesser angels. They're the earth angels is what I call them. So that's angelic to the left there. But you can see in the circle there, that's actually Hecate. That is her bent over in the crone stage. So I just wanted to share that with you because I forgot to mention that. I forgot to show that picture. So, alrighty. So let me get rid of that, and then we'll go back to the cards. Here we are. Okay. All right. So who is next? Yell at me. So I was right, Mike. That was about your mom. Okay. Awesome. Fantastic. So that's great. So the cards are really speaking. Let's see. Did we do Julie? Yeah, we did Julie, right? Nacho. Hey, girlfriend. Put your question into the card and put your energy and send it right over to me, and we'll see what we can do. Oh, Izzy, I'll do you right afterwards. Okay, honey? Sorry, I have the world's shortest memory span, so just keep yelling at me if I forget you. All right. Oh, good night, Fabs. I didn't even see you there. God bless, and thank you for stopping in. Sorry, I would have done your card. If you want to wait a minute, I can do a card for you. Okay, so again, we have the Chariot going on here. And this is... Okay. So we got the Chariot. Again, this is more about balancing, taking charge. Okay, this has to do with opening up psychic abilities is what's going on here. When I see the Nine of Wands, Wands has to do with the mind, and the mirror here, which is a portal, okay? So this is opening up your psychic abilities more. Yes, I did do you, Firmino, but the Chariot as well. The Chariot is taking charge, but it's also finding that balance in your life between the physical and the spiritual world. So that's what I'm seeing going on here is that you're opening up more psychically, but it's important to balance that. Ground and center yourselves, meditate more. It's very important to stay because we're constantly in and out of worlds all day long. We're in the fourth dimension, we're in the fifth dimension. If you're meditating and doing other stuff, and if you're being a shaman or I'm doing a land cleansing, sometimes I'm in the 6th, 7th, 8th. I mean, I'm all over the place. So it's very important to ground and center yourself. It actually, your soul, when you ground and center yourself, what you're doing is you're pulling your soul back into your body. Okay? When you go around your day and you feel confused and you feel disconnected, no, dogs are about to bark. Sorry about that. Sebastian, stop. When you're feeling disconnected from your life and you're feeling lost, that means that you're not grounded and centered. That means your body, your soul is up over here, usually hanging out in your Kasuya chakra, okay? You need to pull that back into your physical body. And you do that by grounding and centering. It's so simple. It's a 3 deep breaths, pull it back into your body and just pull yourself back in. And everything, all the questions to everything, God is in your heart. Everything is through your heart space. And we forget we're always looking for the answers out here. It's not out here, it's in here. You got to go inside. You got to find you. Okay, so let's do Izzy now. Izzy. Okay, so that made sense that you need to ground more. Okay. Oh, yes, those puppies. They get me every time. Okay, Izzy. Whoops, sorry, my bad. I need to bring you down here. Okay, Izzy, put a question into the cards, my sweet. I need to ground myself. I have what I call squirrel energy. That's why I can't, I bounce all over the place. It's like I can't stay focused on one thing. It's ADD. I don't like to say I'm ADD or any of that stuff because I don't like to put titles on myself because your subconscious hears it and replays it and you don't need to, I'm going to be in a wheelchair. No, I don't think so. Tell yourself good things. Tell yourself you love yourself and that you expect good things for yourself. Good night, Nacho. Sweet dreams, love. Okay, so Izzy. Okay. Waiting for the cards to fall. We did this to you last time, Izzy, too. It's like, whoa, okay. You had 2 cards fall. This has to do with finances in the house. How far off am I, Izzy? Izzy! So, we have the strong man here holding money. So that's showing me that finance is coming to you, okay? And this has to do with like building a house, or you plan on moving in the near future and you're worried about your finances and putting everything into order. This is strong man, also represents strength and power. So it's telling you to take that money and take your power and put your will into wanting to move into a new place or get out of where you're trapped or feel you shouldn't be. Now's the time to actually do that. So it is showing. Now, I've shown this card to somebody else, and they actually ended up winning a small lottery. So you might want to pick up an extra lottery ticket this week. Okay, so that's that one. Anybody else I miss? Are we good? All right. Did we do Shane? We did Shane? No, Shane. Okay, so you're starting a business and you're planning on moving next month. Awesome. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Great, great, great. That's what I want to hear. Did I get everybody? Shane, did I get you, honey? Shanunu. All right, let me just do one last one for Shane, and then, did I do Court of Madness? Court of Madness. All right, so this one's Shane. Shanunu. All right, so Shane, they're telling you to study. They're telling you to read. They're telling you to expand your mind. I'm almost getting like going back to school. They're telling you to go back to school. If that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to pop this back up here because I've really kept you guys on here a super, super long time tonight. I do have one more thing I do want to explain. Now, remember what I said about light workers. It's not all roses and rainbows and unicorns, okay? When you work with the light, you got to know how to learn and work in the darkness, because if not, the darkness will eat you and spit you out. It's important to do your shadow work. Bring the darkness in you. Accept the bad things that you've done in your past. We're here to make mistakes. There's no judgment here, okay? You need to rectify these mistakes. And what I mean by that is take them to the surface and put them in your heart space and say, you know what, God? I was an idiot. I made mistakes. That's why I'm here. This is how I learned. Please forgive me and let it go. Don't focus on it anymore, and don't let it be a millstone that's just holding you down and preventing you from going with that ebb and flow of Mother Gaia, of Tara, okay, the earth, okay? So you want to let that go. So this is what this comes to. Maybe the greatest tragedy isn't that we don't ever find the light, but that we don't ever learn how to walk in the dark. And again, this is why I work with Hecate. She teaches me to work with the darkness. She teaches me how to deal with demonics and malevolent spirits. And it's not about binding them all the time. It's not about sending them away. It's about transmuting their energy and putting the light into them. And I've crossed things that are very negative over. You can do it. The power is there, okay? You can actually save these beings. It's all about getting the light. There's a battle going on right now between light and darkness. If you haven't felt it, that's what's going on here, okay? And we need to bring as much light and pray for the light and bring as much as we can into this world, into humanity. And it's all done through what? What's the word? Intent. Yes, intent. I love you, humanity. And do you believe that? You put that love into the center of the world, into that, what they tell me is the, is another sun, the central sun, they call it, in the middle of the world, okay? You put your love and light into that with intent. Just see yourself standing there and just going, love out to humanity. Within 5 minutes, it is felt globally, believe it or not. That's how powerful you are. The power is in you. The power is in all of us. And when we all come together as one, we move mountains, man. Remember that. We move mountains. So again, I want to thank you all for being here tonight, and we're going to go over the spirit box session to see if we can get more understanding of what Hecate was actually trying to say to us. I think this is amazing. I've never, besides Prometheus, I've never talked to a god or anything on these boxes. So this is amazing. I have a new way of communication besides my automatic writings with these beings. So next week's class, St. Patrick's Day, and we will be discussing St. Patrick's and the shamrocks and the snakes and the lack of snakes. And anyway, so thank you all for being here again tonight. Much love and light. I hope you guys get some answers that might have been sitting in the back of your head and stuff. But God bless. Remember, one final thing, man, guys, keep shining that light. Shine, shine, shine. I love you all. Much love and light. Bye.